Wowsker, wowsker. It's such a nice day. I think it's time to do some plum crazy driving. Plum crazy, that is. The Dodge Charger Super B that why won't it start? These things, this stuff drives you nuts. Come on, it won't do it. Incredible technology. How about them to Ice Age TV, the number 4 day, and it just doesn't end. Why won't this car start? Probably dead. Ooh, just about didn't start. Sitting too long. This has these high performance track tires on it, and realistically you can't drive these things on cold days. It's not good for these tires, plus you don't have good traction. But I'm sick of this thing sitting, and I'm going to drive it. So stay tuned for the drive and the plum crazy. What am I going to go do? What am I going to go do? All right, you know, it's hard to believe that I did this exhaust work in this thing, but keep in mind, I did keep that rear resonator in, unlike the Gold Rush in there that took it out. You probably should have taken it out, but it's all good. Let's get up the road here, have some enjoyment time. And the car, when's the last time I drove this car? Has 1,088 miles. I bought it like September of last year, so already it's like 4 months old. My barn door thing doesn't work. The home link needs to be operated on. All right, let me get the hell out of here. All right, the adventure begins in the plum craziness. The plum crazy. Look at this car here. I mean, come on. Does this look really good? Now, for the people that watch my channel, I gave up the blue Charger Red Eye Frostbite Blue 2021, and I gave it up. I gave it up for a Ford Raptor 37 truck, and I just think this is so much fun. I just like the look of it. I like the theme. It's more than fast enough. I'm not tracking cars, but I just really like the way this thing looks. So retro, and that's why I'm driving today, because these are the track tires, the Nitos, and you're not supposed to drive these tires in cold weather. Well, today's gonna be in the 50s, so I feel pretty good about driving this car, but it's really been cold and the roads have been brimed. And so anyways, I haven't driven this car in ages, and it's time to get in the car and go have some fun. I am in the plum crazy, and wow, for me, I haven't driven this car in so long. Seems like it's been such a long time ago, and it's just incredible how these big ass track tires, they do have such a feel in the car. I mean, the car has such like the heavy steering feel to it, and you can just really feel those bulbous big ass track tires, those Nitos. But here I am, and it's just really kind of hard to believe that I'm truly driving the last generation of the Mopar product that is no longer available. And how this car here is no longer being to be built, and the only way you can get one of these anymore now is through the used, or there are leftover cars at dealer lots, but they're not being built anymore. So the heyday for the Mopar product has kind of come to an end, and what comes from all that? What does Dodge do on the number 4 build? I mean, if you think it through, Dodge had the 60s Charger style, the 70s Charger style, and then the 80s Charger style, which was the Mitsubishi. I don't even think you even count that in all reality. You can count that, but then you go to the 2000 years, and Dodge brought out this style body, even though they've updated the lines of it, but all the underpinnings, the basics of the car, it's all, basically the same frame, same suspension. As far as 2004, I think they brought the Dodge Charger back like 2004, I think, or 5, and they just have done refreshes on over the years. So you could say 60s number 1, 70s number 2, really the 2000 years number 3. So number 4 would be the Banshee, the Daytona, the new all-electric 2-door Charger that you're seeing, and we don't know if it's going to be all-electric. Speculation, it will be gas, maybe hybrid, probably be the Hurricane motor in it, hopefully they give you the option of either the ICE or the EV. That would be my guess. Do I have any breakfast food on me? I'm just now eating breakfast. Believe it or not, it's close to 11 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just now getting to my breakfast. Yeah, getting up in the morning, getting things going, making YouTube channels. It's not that simple. Somebody's looking for me, and who is that? I have no idea. So anyways, the number 4 build for Dodge, what shall it be? And we all know what it's going to be, but once again, will it be all EV or ICE or a combination of both? We don't know. Dodge being so quiet about that. And the looks, I mean, I'm not getting excited about that new look of that Charger, but that could change. That's how things are. They start to grow on you. Isn't that kind of, we already see something, you're not really excited, and then over time, you kind of like, oh yeah, it's pretty cool. So that'll be interesting. As we are right around 3 Dodge Charger Super B wide body. It's a wide body. So there are Super Bs out there, non-wide body, but apparently this was only like 1,000. I could be wrong in this. I think they only made 1,000 of the Plum Crazy wide body Super B packages for 2023 with the 392, 485 horsepower, 475 foot-pounds of torque package. And for those that watch my channel, I'm sure many feel like I made a big mistake of getting rid of the Frostbite Blue, but you don't understand. They're very expensive when you're paying $24 a month for a car payment. That gets old. Yeah, I mean, you buy $100,000 cars, what do you think, you know, and the thing is, the banks won't go 72 months. So the bank's forced to hand on me in these used cars 60-month terms. Yes. So 60-month term on a $100,000 car, that's huge monies. You know, sales tax, dealer fees, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, in so many ways, this thing here is, you know, in some ways, half of what that car was. And to me, I get every bit of the fun. I mean, I feel truly I get every bit of the fun out of this car out of a Frostbite Blue. Yeah, the Frostbite Blue is faster, but at the same time, this is a fast car, and you'll get yourself in trouble. And I just came to closure of continuing to pay on a car for a huge amount of money is the real deal of these Hellcats being sought after and getting huge money. It was just too long a waiting game to continue to sit it out. Sure, one day, I'm sure somebody has a Hellcat Red Eye. They'll get some pretty good money for it, but man, sadly, the market's kind of simmered down. Wow. How about that look? Is that unique or what? Huh. Is this Goldfinger the movie? Yeah, wow, right? Everybody has their flair. Mr. Plum Crazy guy. Yeah, what do you think of that, huh? Hey, oh, it's a Shelby Raptor. Yeah, how much do you think that bad boy cost? A lot. Yes, it did. We're hanging out, making sales calls, taking care of business. And the Plum Crazy can get the hell out of this place. I was trying to get out of here earlier, and there's a guy blocking it with the tractor trailer. So, oh, it just doesn't end. And the Plum Crazy adventures. Oh, as we mosey down the road. Now, this car is so lame. It's so lame in the regular mode. It's such a mundane car. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, that's the thing that totally separated me. It totally took me to the Mustang side. Was the Mustang just has so much more fun. Now, all right, I get it. These Mopars are badass. I don't disagree. But the Mustang just has such the more interactive type of feel when you drive it because of that rev matching in the manual. So keep in mind that the automatics, I know it's not per se rev matching, but it's just so much more interactive. So what I'm going to do here is sing some life. I'm going to put it in sport mode because, once again, it's like the cylinders shut off. It has the cylinder deactivation. So now what happens is your traction control gets turned off. So you got to turn that back on. Which you take that little off button right there. I've shown this a million times. You got to go down here, push it off. It still isn't off. So you got to turn it back on. And now it's not on my dash. So there you go. But yeah, even at that, this car, it just doesn't have that. So challenging. Without just gutting out this whole exhaust system. And keep in mind, I removed the mid resonator or the muffler in this car. But listen, it's blah blah, right? I think I'm gonna go this way here. See if I can get over. Get an idea. Do I have ideas? I always have ideas, don't I? Listen to this 1970s blinker. I mean, do you hear that? It's so 1970s. Okay, now I've got it in sport mode. So now, you know, she have a little bit more of an attitude. Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, but not, you know, it's not radical. It's just, it's just okay. Yeah. How do you get the fun out of these cars? And, you know, it's all about that exhaust note. So there's pretty good. So if you're behind the car, I'm sure it's pretty decent. But inside, since this is the four-door conversations, you know, I didn't even bring that up this morning, but the four-door car versus the two-door car. And here you go. Since this is such a longer sedan car, you just don't get what you would think. We get more of an exhaust note in this interior. It's incredibly quiet. Listen how quiet this thing is. I mean, I'll go to track mode. So let's do that mode, drive modes. Let's see if that changes anything on this exhaust note. It doesn't. In my eyes, it does not. So I'm going back to sport. Now, sure, it's got some good gurgle, pop, and all that good stuff. But it's just, what is it? Why do I sound so disappointed, right? After I went to Max Custom Garage, Max Custom Exhaust, and I spent the money to try to make this thing sound louder. I don't know about you. Ford Mustangs, I think, just kill these Mopars when it comes to the exhaust note. I'm really starting to believe that to a degree. It's the Challenger, my kid's Challenger. It's got a nice throaty exhaust to it. So, it's the car, man. It's just the way you got it set up. It's the four-door. That's the reality. That would be my guess. It's all about the four-door, and the two-door is the better, the two-door, but even at that, my Challenger Gold Rush. How did that sound? That sounded pretty good. Is it because these cars are just so much more insulated? Is that what it is? Oh, it's the fight for a spot. That's all it is. As you ride around. Yeah, these Mopar products are such the over-the-road car. They're just so touring. It's a touring car. All right, coming off the line, not too bad. But, hey, there is a Ram TRX. The TRX conversations, never ending, right? Where's the light? Nope. Well, we got gypped. All right, more race the ambulance. Yeah, zippity-doo-dah, whip-de-doo-dah. Really, whip-de-doo-dah? So inclined to go home, change out of cars, and get in the Mustang Dark Horse. Really am. I really think I'm going to drive home and change out of cars. And just to see how different the cars are. Here we are, going down the road. Sport mode. Opened up the exhaust a little bit. Did I? All right, coming off the light again. Could get a little bit of exhaust out of this, can we? nothing radical. I mean, nothing, like, you can hear me fine, right? You can hear me talking fine. What's going on? What is going on with the Iceman with his Plum Crazy? The Plum Crazy. Should I have taken the rear resonators out? Probably should have. Probably should have done that, but I didn't. Oh well. There's another project for Max custom exhaust. Probably. Yeah, do I go home and get the Mustang? Just to do back-to-back driving on the Mustang versus the Charger. And I know the Mopar guys can't stand it. They can't stand when I start talking to Mustangs better. They can't stand when I say the two-door is more fun than the four-door. Why the hell did you buy the damn thing? I don't know. Why did I? It looks neat. It's cool looking. It's cool looking, but does it give you that fun factor like the Mustang? Out on the open highway now in the Plum Crazy 392 Super B wide body Charger 2023. Here you go. Here's the real deal right here. Here's all your excitement. Does that give you a little excitement right there? I think if you're behind the car, it probably does. But you're inside the car. We're in the sport mode. I mean, it's incredibly quiet. It's incredible. Even removing the mufflers, resonators, whatever you want to call them, underneath this car. I am stumped. I mean, have I even driven this car since I got it back from Max Custom Exhaust? I mean, I drove it home. Have I driven it really much after that? I don't think I have. Wow. It's a beautiful day. Temperature's not bad. It's okay with the tire. It's 52 degrees out. So it's not bad. Oh, now we're going by the millionaire area, the Creighton Farms. I think, was it Greg Norman or some famous golfer developed this golf community? It's called Creighton Farms. And these are all $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, $5 million homes. I mean, incredible. So yeah, so could I have one of those? Yeah. Right. Whoop-de-doo-dah. I'd rather be riding around in my nice, badass cars, personally, instead of sitting in my house, seeing all the beautiful scenery, going places, seeing things. I mean, that's much more fun, in my views. So what do we do? Do we go home? Do we change out the cars just to get the back-to-back Mopar Ford experience? Do we do that? On this really nice day? It is tempting. Very tempting. Listen to this car. I mean, listen to this car. I mean, it's a road car. It's a car you take to Florida. It's a car you just drive everywhere in relaxation, comfortable. It's the Cadillac. I mean, borderline, this is a Cadillac car. I mean, sincerely. Just a beautiful time of year, really, because all the snow melted. Not a lot of junk in the road, and that's the reason I'm driving the car today, is all the junk is off the road, and it's a good day to ride around and take care of business and see some sights. And what else do I do? What next adventure? What happened to the John Deere deal? I know. My sales guy, though, has to leave early today, so I don't know if that's going to work out today or not. Debatable. I mean, there's a big-ass farm back there. How much it costs to board a horse back there in this area here? It ain't cheap. Look at this here. Trees galore. Somebody's planting all these little trees. So one day you drive by here and it'll be a forest. Oh, we're back in the little town of Leesburg. The little town that's grown into a big county. Town hasn't changed. County has. As we come through the stretch heading back in. What do we do next, right? What is on the agenda next? I got some ideas. It's dangerous. very dangerous. Yikes.